Students, today we are discussing about the 15th chapter, namely statistics. Now, statistics means it is based on calculation based on a sample taken from a population. That is, population means it's a big group, and from the big group a small group is chosen, and that we name as a sample. For example, if in 11th grade, suppose there are 200 students, if we want to study the average height of the students, what we do is we select 50 of them, randomly select 50 of the students from out of 200, and then from 200 we calculate and from 50 we calculate the average height of the students. So there is a population, there is a sample in statistics. And when we have to study about statistics, there are mainly two types of calculations based on, that is, one is about the measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Central tendency, and the other one is measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. In measures of central tendency, there are three. There are three types, that is the average or the arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, or we call it as the average, denoted by the notation x bar. The second one is the median. Median, denoted by the letter capital M. And the third one is the mode. So, measures of central tendency consist of arithmetic mean, median and mode. But in grade 11, you will study about arithmetic mean and median. Mode is not included for your syllabus. Measures of dispersion. There are many measures of dispersion, but in your syllabus, the included ones are the range. Second one, mean deviation. Mean deviation about mean. Mean deviation about mean deviation about median. And the third one is the standard deviation. Denoted by the notation this one, and we read it as small letter sigma. Sigma, standard deviation. So these are the calculations we study in statistics in chapter 15. Measures of central tendency, arithmetic mean, median, mode, measures of dispersion, range, mean deviation about mean, mean deviation about median, and standard deviation. Among measures of central tendency, arithmetic mean is considered to be most popular, and among measures of dispersion, standard deviation is considered to be more popular, or that is more consistent than any other measurements. Now, first of all, you have to study what is meant by an ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. Ungrouped data and a grouped data. In an ungrouped data, it means that suppose I am asking the marks of 5 students. Randomly I am choosing ungrouped. So out of 10 the marks are 5, 10, 6, 7 and 3 marks. Marks of 5 students. So I am randomly selecting 5 students from here and there, and I am getting the values as 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 3 out of 10. And now my question is, what is the average score of these 5 students? Average score or arithmetic mean. Average score of the 5 students is equal to sum of the observations divided by number of observations. Sum of observations divided by number of observations. So average score, it will be denoted by the notation x bar. X bar is equal to sum of observations. It can be written as sigma of observations or sigma xi. It can be written as sigma xi. I is equal to 1 to 5 divided by n. This is capital sigma. Capital sigma, it is the sum. Capital sigma, it is a sum. Now, how do I calculate it? So, it is an ungrouped data because the maximum value is coming in between, minimum value is coming as a last value. So, there is no criteria for arranging the values. So, it is an ungrouped data. So, that is equal to x bar is equal to 5 plus 10 plus 6 plus 7 plus 3 divided by number of observations is equal to 5, because there are 5 students. 15 plus 10, 25, 25 plus 6 is equal to 31 divided by 5, and that is equal to 5 6 are 30, 2 are 10. The average score is equal to 6.2. This is an ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. Sum of the observations divided by number of observations. Now, suppose I am calculating for a grouped data when frequencies are given. Grouped data when frequencies are given. So what do you mean by grouped data when frequencies are given? Suppose if it is a marks 5, the same example I am taking, 10, 6, 7, 3, and the frequencies 5 is 2, 10, 2, 6, 4, 7, 5, 3, 1 student. So, frequency, it will be denoted by the letter F, small letter f. Marks will be denoted by X. Now, what does it mean? What does this data value mean? 5 marks is obtained for 2 students. 10 marks is obtained for 2 students. 6 marks is obtained, scored by 4 students. 7 marks is scored by 5 students. 3 marks is scored by 1 student. In this case, what will be the mean? Arithmetic mean x bar is equal to another formula, sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. Sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. So, what is fi into xi? Sigma fi xi means fi into xi, you multiply and you find the sum. 5 into 2, 10, 20, 6 into 4, 24, 7 into 5, 35, 3 into 1, 3. Add 9 plus 3, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. 92, divided by sigma fi. Sigma fi means the total of all the frequencies. 2 plus 2, 4, 8, 9, 14. That is equal to 14 divided 92 divided by 14. So that will be 2 4s are 4 2 8, 6, 7, 46 by 7. 7 6 are 42, 42, 40, 7 5s are 35, approximately equal to 6.5. Approximately equal to 6.5. So this is how you find out the arithmetic mean when the frequencies are given. Sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. That means the frequencies are also given. That is how many times the particular value is repeated. That is called as the frequency. Now, so this is about mean, ungrouped data, grouped data, and one more type is there. That is when the class intervals are given. Arithmetic mean when class intervals are given. Now let us see what is class interval and what is the meaning of it. Now I will explain it through an example. Suppose you have a data marks 10 to 20, or I will take another example. This example will do 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. And the number of students. Number of students 10 to 20, 2, 3, 8, 14, 8, 3 and 2. Now, arithmetic mean when class intervals are given. This is called as a class intervals. Class intervals. That is marks between 10 and 20. How many students are scoring between 10 and 20? 2 students are scoring between 10 and 20. 20 and 30. How many students scores between 20 and 30? 3 students scores between 20 to 30. 30 to 40, 8 students scores. 40 to 50, 14 students scores. 50 to 60, 8 students scoring. 60 to 70, 3 students. 70 to 80, 2 students are scoring. Now, one doubt may come. Suppose if a student is obtaining mark 20, where it will be included. Now, in that case, you have to find out another term that is called as a class size or class width. Class size or class width. It is denoted by the letter H. Now, in the first case, 10 to 20 means the marks will be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 will be included in the second class. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 30 will be included in the third class. So, these values are called as the lower limit values. lower limit values, and the other one is called as the upper limit values. And for the calculation, it should be noted that the class intervals should be continuous. The class intervals should be continuous type. Continuous type. Suppose this is continuous because 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So the upper limit is not included in this class. Upper limit is included in the second class. Upper limit is included in the third class, and so on. Now, what do you mean by continuous? Sometimes you may get like 0 to 9, 10 to 90, 20 to 29. What does it mean? Here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the class size is equal to 10. H is equal to 10. Then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, class size is equal to 10. Here, class size 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Class size is equal to. So, suppose if a student is scoring 9.5, where you will include that mark. So, in that case, this is called as a non-continuous class. Non-continuous class. In non-continuous class, whenever you do a problem in statistics, we have to make sure that the classes are all continuous. So what you do is, you subtract 0.5 from the lower limit and you add 0.5 to the upper limit. So here when you subtract 0.5 from the lower limit, it will be minus 0.5 to 9.5. Next one, 10. If you subtract 0.5, it will be 9.5 to 19.5. From 20 you subtract 0.5, it will be 19.5 to 29.5. 29.5. So here the class width, now 9.5 to 19.5, the class width is equal to 10. 9.5, 10.5, 11.5, 12.5, 13.5, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19 will be included in the second class as such. So, whenever you are doing any problem in statistics, make sure that the class intervals are all of the continuous type. If it is not continuous, for your level, in your level, I am telling you, in your level, what you do is, you subtract 0.5 from the lower limit, add 0.5 to the upper limit and make the class intervals as a continuous. Now, in this case, so I have told you, this is a lower limit, this is the upper limit. It is continuous, the frequencies are given. Now, how do you class width? In this problem, the class width, throughout the problem, the class width is equal to 10. Class width H is denoted by H and it is equal to 10. Class width can be 5, class width can be 3, any value it can be. Now, what is the formula to find the arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean x bar is equal to a plus sigma fi di into h divided by sigma fi. A plus sigma fi di into h divided by sigma fi. That is the arithmetic mean when class intervals are given. So, you have to identify what are the notations or what are the variables. A is the assumed mean. A is the assumed mean. Fi's are the frequencies. Di, deviations, or di is equal to xi minus a divided by h, and sigma fi is equal to sum of frequencies. Sum of frequencies. Sometimes it is denoted by the notation capital letter N. So these are the terms that you have to find out. X bar, when class width is given, X bar is equal to A plus sigma Fi di into H divided by sigma Fi. Now, what is A, or how do you get A? Assumed mean. For that you find the mid values of X, mid values of the marks. Mid value means, how do you get mid value? Mid value is equal to lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. That is 10 plus 20, 30. 30 by 2 is equal to 15. 20 plus 30, 50. 50 plus 10, 50 by 2, 25. So now you understood the difference is equal to 10. That is equal to the class width 10. So now you add 10 to 25. That gives you 35, 45, 55, 65 and 75. These are the mid values. And among the mid values, you find the middle one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 values. You choose the middle one. Middle one, let it be equal to 45. And 45 is taken as the assumed mean. Assumed mean A is equal to 45. So find the mid values. Among the mid value, you find the middle one. You find the middle one, and that is equal to the assumed mean. Now you have to find out di. What is di is equal to? Di is equal to xi minus a divided by h. Xi minus a, that is 15. One I'll do 15 minus 45 divided by 10. 15 minus 45, that is equal to 30. 30 by 10. Minus 30 by 10 is equal to minus 3. Next one is minus 25 minus 45 divided by 10. That is equal to minus 20 by 10. That gives you minus 2. This gives you minus 3. 45 minus 45 divided by 10. That gives you 0. Okay. And now 55 minus 45 divided by 10. That is equal to 10 by 10, which is equal to 1. 65 minus 45 divided by 10, which is equal to 20 by 10. 20 by 10, which is equal to 2. And last one will be equal to 3. So we have got di, the deviations. Di is xi minus a divided by h. So number of students. Next one we have to find out sigma fi. What is sigma fi? A is equal to 45. Sigma fi. 5 plus 8, 13. 13 plus 14, 27. 27, 37. 37 plus 5, 13, 27. 27, 27 plus 5, 32. 32 plus 8 is equal to 40. So sigma fi is equal to 40. Next you have to find out from the formula. I'll write the formula once again. X bar is equal to A plus sigma fi di into h divided by sigma fi. So first you have to calculate what the terms in the bracket, and that value should be added along with A. I hope you have already written all the notes. Okay. Now, what about the next column? So, you have found out A, okay, sigma Fi you have found out. Now, next one you have to find out sigma Fi into Di. Fi, number of students, that is the frequency. Fi into Di, 3 into minus 6. Fi into Di, that is equal to minus 6, 3 into 2, 3 into minus 2, minus 6, 8 into minus 3 is equal to minus 24, 14 into 0, 0, 8 into 1, 8, 3 into 2, 6, 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Now here is equal to minus 1. 35 minus 45 divided by 10 is equal to minus 10 by 10 is equal to minus 1. So here it is equal to minus 8. Now you add together. When you add together, this is minus 20 and this is equal to plus 20. So sigma Fi Di is equal to 0. Minus 20 plus 20 is equal to 0. So what is x bar is equal to? X bar is equal to A. What is A? 45 plus bracket sigma Fi Di, 0 into H. H is 10 divided by sigma Fi. Sigma Fi is 40. That is equal to 45 plus 0, which is equal to 45. This is how you calculate the mean when the class intervals are given. So once again repeat, what is the formula to calculate? X bar is equal to A plus sigma Fi Di into H divided by sigma Fi, where A is the assumed mean. How do you get the assumed mean? The mid values. Write down the mid values. How do you get the mid value? Upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Among the mid values, take the middle one. That is the assumed mean. Then you find out the deviations, Di. The ratio, Di is equal to Xi minus A divided by H. And then you find out Fi into Di and find out sigma Fi into Di. In this case, it happened to be equal to 0. And sometimes this value can be positive, sometimes its value can be negative, or sometimes it can be equal to 0. And when you substitute, you get x bar. The arithmetic mean is equal to x bar. So you have studied 3 types of finding the arithmetic mean. First one, for a grouped data, for an ungrouped data, when the class intervals are given. One more problem we will discuss. Calculate the mean, calculate the arithmetic mean. Calculate the arithmetic mean or the average for the following data. Class 95 to 105, 105 to 115, 115 to 125, 125 to 135, 135 to 145, 145 to 155. Whenever you are asked a question, you are asked to find out, calculate the arithmetic mean. You at once write the formula. What is the formula? X bar is equal to A plus sigma Fi di into H divided by sigma Fi. This is the easiest way. Write down the formula and then create the columns. Of course, the frequencies are also given to you. Class, the frequencies are 9, 13, 26, 30, 12, 10. The frequencies are also given to you. Now, after writing the formula, you just observe the observations, whether the classes are continuous. 95 to 105, lower limit is 95, upper limit is 105. Here lower limit is 105, upper limit is 115. So it is continuous. So you are safe. Now you find out the middle values, mid value, or that is called as the xi values. 95 plus 105, 95 plus 105 divided by 2 is equal to 0, 0, 200 by 2, that is equal to 100. Now find out the class width. What is a class width? H is equal to 10. That is 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. 105 is included in the second class. So H is equal to 10. Now what I asked you is, next middle value will be 200. With 100 you add the class width. That is 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Now you find out the middle values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 middle values and I asked you to find out the middlemost value. So what I do is, since it is an even number, I choose 130 to be the middle value. So that is the assumed mean. A is equal to 130. Assumed mean is equal to 130. I'll rub it off. This is equal to 100. Now let us next find out what is sigma Fi. Sigma Fi 27, 22, 22, 26 is equal to 100. Calculator is very important when you have to do the problems with statistics. 130. Now next one will be di. What is di? Is equal to xi minus a divided by h. That is equal to, along this one, that is 130 minus 130 divided by 10 is equal to 0. Next one, 120 minus 130 divided by 10. Minus 10 by 10 is equal to minus 1. This will be minus 2. This will be minus 3. This will be 140 minus 130 divided by 10 is equal to 1. 150 minus 130 divided by 10, that is equal to 2. Di I obtained. Next column will be Fi di. That is Fi into di. 9 into minus 3, minus 27. 13 into 2, minus 2, minus 26. Minus 26 into 1, minus 26. 0 into 30, 0. 12 into 1, 12. 10 into 2, 20. Okay. So what is sigma Fi di is equal to? this is equal to 32 and this is equal to minus 79. So you are getting sigma Fi di is equal to minus 47. Minus 47. So I have all the values. X bar is equal to A. What is A? 130 plus sigma Fi di minus 147 into H 10 divided by sigma Fi 100. So this bracketed thing has to be calculated first. That is equal to 130 plus minus 4.7 is equal to 125.3. That's the answer. Is it clear to you? Yes. Now we will do some more questions for the grouped data and the ungrouped data. Calculate the mean for the following data. Xi values are given 10, 30, 50, 70, 90. Frequencies are given Fi 4, 24, 28, 16, 8. Okay. So now this is a grouped data in which the Xi values and the frequencies are given. So what is X bar is equal to? X bar is equal to sigma Fi Xi divided by sigma Fi. So what will be the next column? Next column will be Fi into Xi. 40, 0, 3 4s are 12, 6 and 1 7, 50 into 28, 1400, 1120, 720, and it comes up to 4000. So what is X bar is equal to? X bar is equal to 4000 divided by, what is sigma Fi? Sigma Fi is equal to 80. 8 5s are 40, 50. So the answer is equal to 50. So when the class intervals are not given, this is how you find the, when the frequencies are given, this is how you find the arithmetic mean. Now I'll give you some examples as assignment, so you can submit in my email. I hope the arithmetic mean portion is clear to you. Now, next measure of central tendency is median. When you hear the word median, what comes to your mind? Median. Median is a middle, median of the road. It is a middle thing. So, median is the middlemost item. Median is the middlemost item provided when the items are arranged, when the items are arranged in order of magnitude. In order of magnitude. It is a middlemost item when the items are arranged in the order of magnitude. That is, the item should be arranged in the increasing order or it should be arranged in the decreasing order. Now let us calculate the median. Calculate median. 4, 6, 3, 7, 2, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, let us arrange the data. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, n is an odd number. Number of observations is an odd number. Odd number. In that case, median is equal to n plus 1 by 2th item. N is odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is equal to 7 plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 8 by 2, which is equal to 4th item. What is the 4th item? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, median is equal to 4. Median is equal to 4. Suppose you have some values like 18, 14, 12, 10, 20. 14, 8. Here, first of all, calculate median. That is the question. Calculate median. Now, when you want to calculate median, you first arrange the data. 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N is even. N is even. In that case, median will be the average of the middle two. Average of the middle two. Median is equal to 12 plus 14 divided by 2. That is equal to 26 by 2, which is equal to 13. Median will be the average of the middle two items. That is, it will be the average of, formula wise, if it is given, average of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th item. N by 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Third item. Third item is equal to 12. N by 2 plus 1 is equal to fourth item is equal to 14. Average 26 by 2 is equal to 13. So, median means it is a middlemost item of the data when the items are arranged in the order of magnitude. Order of magnitude means the item should be arranged either in the increasing order or in the decreasing order. So, when the data values are given, you arrange the data, and when n is odd, when the number of items is odd, the median is equal to n plus 1 by 2th item. N plus 1 by 2th item, fourth item, that is equal to 4. When n is even, median is the average of the n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th item. So find out n by 2, 6 by 2, third item, that is equal to 12. N by 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 plus 1 is equal to fourth item. Fourth item is equal to 14, and that is equal to average 12 plus 14 is equal to 26 by 2, which is equal to 13. Time. So I think tomorrow we will continue with median, how to calculate median for a grouped data. When the class intervals are given, how to calculate median. And in between I will be providing you with questions to be done as an assignment and submitting in the email ID. Okay, thank you.